What I believe, the way the market's unfolding this week, based on how I look at things, I think that the market's going to probably go sideways a little bit this week, if not pull back a little bit, which means that we need to go up the power pyramid a little bit more. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Up the power pyramid to find stock specific ideas this week. And you have a bunch of those in this list as well. So I just want to point you in the direction of what that looks like. So when you download this, you want to go all the way down here to Legend and scroll down over here. So when the market is amazing, you got all these beautiful stock, the whole picture is all doing the same thing, right? If you could visualize money going in and out of the market, all the money's on the same page. Lately, we've been very sector specific. We just talked about industrials. We talked about technology. We talked about consumer cyclical. We talked about communication services and Meta and Google, right? This week, I think we're going to be a little bit more stock specific. The odds of us kind of chopping around a little bit this week, especially with all of the news that's happening this week. The debt ceiling is going to be a really big conversation this week. Probably going to be a little bit more stock picking this week than broad-based in the game planning. All right. So again, some of the ideas that we have on the table this week: restaurant stocks looking pretty darn good. And as we talked about before, home builder stocks. Now, what's funny is home builder stocks, you wouldn't think that the way that interest rates are higher right now, that home builder stocks would be going up. But this is the difference again. Make your own decisions. Don't read the headlines. Make your own decisions. If you were reading interest rates, home builders, everything's crashing, all of these stocks in the home builder sector, DHI, Toll Brothers, Pulte, KB Homes, all of them have been slowly grinding higher for the better part of the last several months. So again, you got to ask yourself, why are you missing them? It just means that you might not need to turn things upside down. Maybe it's just a little bit of a tweak that you need to make, but hopefully you have that little bit of dissatisfaction in yourself where you're saying to yourself, you know what? I should have caught that. Why didn't? Instead of being angry that you missed it, ask yourself why, and then challenge yourself to go and figure it out. If you want my help, absolutely click down and let me know. I'd love to see you in the community with us today. So anyway, in the description below this video, you can download this entire newsletter for today and all the stocks and the way I'm looking at things this week. There's also a lesson in there about trading smaller position sizes and more position sizes. And I actually give you an example of why I think that's a smarter way to trade, especially if you're learning how to trade and you're looking for feedback from the market. On top of, it'll put you in a position where you always have less shares on trades that don't work out and more shares on trades that do. It's the recipe is perfect for understanding how to trade, not getting hurt if trades don't work out, and making a few bucks when it actually does. And you add to that education with every decision that you make. So there's a nice lesson in there as well. And again, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, you're just going to click over here on the market part of it, and you can actually see here. Okay. So anyway, I really think that the last couple of weeks have been amazing, but I do think that this week is going to be a little bit more back and forth, especially with the 3-day holiday coming up here. I believe in Canada is today's actual holiday. So we got trading going on here today. So thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of Stocks for Breakfast. Remember, today's our last bootcamp starts ever. If you want to trade with me and get my whole strategy, make sure you click down in the description and make sure you download the copy of this week's Daily Ticker newsletter so you can get an idea of what we're watching for this week as well. All right, go get them. Have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.